Should circumcision be banned? Not just girls, but boys too. When a practice is defended as being religious in nature, does that make it in some way untouchable? Well, there's a bill before the Icelandic Parliament that would change the wording of the ban on female circumcision from girl to child. Supporters of the bill say it's simply a proper recognition of the right of all youngsters to make their own decisions about what happens to their bodies. Others are not so keen. Ahmed Sadiq is an imam at the Islamic Cultural Centre of Iceland. He says it would be completely wrong to criminalise circumcision.
It's actually part of our faith. It's something that touches our religion, and I believe that this is kind of infringement, like or contravention to the religious freedom.
Well, Silja Gunnarsdóttir is a politician from the Progressive Party in Iceland. She's the person who introduced the bill. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Do you not recognise that religions have certain things that are desperately important to them, and in some cases, to some religions, male circumcision is one of those?
Well, I understand what they're saying, but I don't agree with them. And I think that people should have equal rights to choose when they are old enough. So this bill is about protecting the children from unnecessary, non-reversible, and sometimes risky procedures. And they can even be lethal, so that's why I put it forward.
When you talk about male circumcision, do all of those apply? Because huge numbers of people across the globe, huge numbers of male babies are circumcised with apparently little, if any, effect.
Well, I think that a procedure, unnecessary procedure, if it goes wrong, and one child dies of an unnecessary procedure, I think it's one child too many, I must say.
And we've heard from the Imam, Ahmed Sadiq, a moment ago, as you know. I mean, is there much opposition in Iceland apart from those quarters?
No, what I hear is that we have a great support. And I wanted to tell you that the discussion has just started in the parliament, and it will continue next week. And after that, the bill goes into the committee, and the committee researches the bill and, gives their conclusions at the end. So we're just starting.
It is interesting because this would be, I think I'm right in saying, the first parliament to do this. Iceland would become the first country to pass a law that specifies what you just announced.
Yeah, it will. And I want to tell you also the reason behind this, why I put it forward, is because I came over a statement from the Nordic Ombudsman from 2013, Ombudsman of Children, and where they are encouraging all the Nordic countries to ban the circumcision of boys because it goes against the UN Convention of the Right of the Child. So I'm really curious to see what happens and how the discussion in Iceland will continue.
But you would expect opposition from Islam, clearly.
It was to be expected, and everyone has the right to bring their opinion into the discussion, and that's very important. But we have to take this discussion, and we have to decide if we want to have certain laws for one sex, for the girls, and no for the boys. I think they're both children, and all children should have their own individual right to choose.
But you would accept that there is a huge difference between the effect of female circumcision and male circumcision?
Well, female circumcision is done in many stages. It's not just one type of circumcision. It can be really rough, and it can be minimal. But like I said before, the circumcision on boys, it can include health risks and psychological damage. And I think it's just like how our democratic states are based. Right. They are based on the individual right of information and their own rights to choose. And I think that we can't take it from the children when they're just a few days old or few years old.
All right, Silja Gunnarsdóttir, thank you very much for talking to us.